All right, once again, good early morning, everyone. I got up to go to the restroom. As a result, I kind of saw a couple of things. Being it was Thanksgiving, like I said, I went and just randomly watched a few videos. And I forget sometimes until after I post comments on people's videos that when you post comments, somebody's going to respond. Whether it be the person directly, which I haven't seen, because a lot of these videos are like years old that I was watching. This one video that I watched, I subscribed to this person's channel. What's his name? I think it's like Conscious Cloud. And he hasn't posted in like a year, but I really liked his videos because they were, just a person being open about who they are, and I enjoyed that. But in looking at, because I try to find his most recent video. His most recent one was Amazing Story Part 3, post anime con stuff. And I don't necessarily watch the whole videos. I just kind of probably like people do with mine. I just, like listen to a little bit of it just because it's healing again to see someone so honest and so open. And it is healing because in this world where everybody's putting on a front, it's just good to see just a real human being. People don't seem genuine to me a lot anymore. But anyhow, a person, one of his people that watched, or maybe his subscriber, commented on his video and said, "I don't understand one thing. You suffer from social anxiety, yet you post these videos on the internet that anyone and everyone can see. Do you have some traits of narcissism too? Or you think that no one you know will ever see these videos?" And Cautious Cloud, and I need to be mindful to read people's comments before commenting on comments of comments and all that. But Cautious Cloud responded, and that person posted that comment November 12th last year. Conscious Cloud responded to him November 12th of last year. "It's certainly not easy to post these videos, and there's a definite risk of being found by someone I know, which is something I've always." It truncated it, which is a shame because I wanted to see it because I didn't read it. Okay, I clicked for it to show me more, but it didn't. Okay, it says, "It's certainly not easy to post these videos, and there is a definite risk of being found by someone I know, which is something I've always feared. However, if someone does find them, I guess it's just something I have to deal with. Also, at this point, I'm trying to be more honest and open with others too, so it wouldn't exactly be the worst thing to happen. They would just know what I've been struggling with all these years, and all this time I've still never encountered anyone who watched my videos. If they had, then they have never told me. Maybe I shouldn't jinx it though." And so I made a reply to Knox's 707's original comment that, some people are private in public places and very open in um, private places. And, I just was like, wow, this video is a year old. And I was saying at Conscious Cloud, if you're still out there, please post something recent. And then Knox 707 reported and said, let me see if I can, because it's not showing me. He was like, "I was just wondering because I have very similar problems as he does." But at this point in time, I could not even imagine myself posting videos online, let alone so open ones. And I'm thinking that maybe there is some level of narcissism in every person suffering from social phobia as a balancing mechanism. You are so self-conscious all the time, most of the time bashing yourself down, but sometimes narcissistically adoring yourself and criticizing others a lot in your thoughts. I'm going to say this: people are human. Everybody does what they do for a reason. Throw all the jargon that you learned in your, if that's where you got it from, all the jargon, psychological jargon that you may have learned through therapy sessions and all that, throw that in the garbage. I mean, the bottom line is people are people. They do what they do for their own personal reasons. And I'm going to just break it down into just common words, because when you use psychological jargon or stuff that's industry related, and I understand because I do that a lot too, but you take a lot away from the human part of it. You're dealing with human beings. So, I mean, we all love ourselves, and we should, and Um, a lot of people time when people say to themselves, sometimes they don't see, you know, traits that are very rare in society these days, because what's being promoted and advertised out there are honesty, genuineness, sincerity. Those are traits that's very rare on a first meeting, day-to-day basis, on just meeting the first person that you meet off the street. The person that you're going to encounter, even though they may have those traits latently, that's not necessarily, they put their quote unquote best face forward. They don't show the truth, which is really the best, So people that, I mean, for me, I'm just speaking from my personal situation. I say to myself a lot, but I observe. I mean, but people that, you just have standards for who you associate with. I was taught when growing up, be careful who you associate with, because that's who you will be defined by. But the truth is, people can kind of label you and put any type of judgment on you that they want. Um, I mean, I appreciate the way that I was brought up, and I like myself. But then you soon to learn. Going towards 40 in probably like 2 weeks. But you learn that the world doesn't operate that way. That nobody, the value system isn't placed on honesty and morality. But that's what I was raised on. So that's who I am, and that's hopefully who I will always be, because I kind of like who I am. Now, if you, and then all of us like ourselves to a certain degree, and we value our own systems and beliefs to a certain degree. So when we come across things that do not agree with our spirit, like I said, dishonesty, lying, deceit, manipulation, those things are not in my spirit. I don't like those things. I cannot be in the presence of those things. When I see or sense those things, I go the other way. I cannot be in the presence of that. It does something to my spirit. I go in the opposite direction. Unfortunately, because of how the general public is being trained through programming, through media, and that type of thing, that's what we're taught to be and do. The way that we're being trained and socialized through institutions such as work and school and things like that, we're being socialized that way. Think about it. Think about it. Um, so yeah, everybody does what they do for a reason, and he says he cannot even imagine himself posting videos online. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. Some people are not at that level where they can do that. I mean, I do it openly and freely, and I'm glad, because I feel like for me, whatever I do, it has to be for a reason. So if I post online, I'm not advertising. You know what I'm saying? What I post, if somebody happens upon it, they just happened upon it. I didn't advertise it to them. Nothing, nothing, blah, blah, blah. And if they sat and they actually took time to watch it, it's because it was somehow of personal interest to them. It wasn't sold to them, marketed to them, or anything like that. Not directly. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people that are like that, because sometimes I seek out videos of, like I said, real people. Of real people, and they always claim to have some type of issue or problem. No, you ain't got no issue or no problem. It's just the fact that you have standards and values and specific types of people that you choose to interact with, and these people are not it. And unfortunately, if you're honest and sincere, that type of thing, when you encounter people on a day-to-day basis, you're not going to see 100% honesty and sincerity and blah blah blah. And so, posting videos versus just a random person on the street, I mean, there have to be people that's open to some level of it to even be able to sit and take, what you being as open and honest as you are. Um, so yeah, there's some self-love involved in that, and it's not a social phobia. It's the fact that you just are discerning about who you want to deal with, and maybe if you have a sensitive spirit, all that negativity may affect you a certain way. You can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So you might feel a certain way about it. So it's about understanding yourself and accepting yourself as a human being. Throw that all that jargon away, but it's just the fact that you know who you deal with, the type of people that, you know, have moral values and standards, and if that's not prevalent in the majority, for me personally, that's what my thing is. I don't know, what his is. He would have to tell you, but that's what it is. And when you say self-conscious, it's not self-conscious. It's just wanting to better yourself and being, realization of where you are and always want to be better. You can be better, and society makes it so that you are not supposed to try to be, or if you want to be perfect or always aim to do better and better and better, that unless, you're paying to go to some school or something like that, that there's an issue. No, there's not. You just like yourself. You're discerning about who you associate with, and you're always trying to improve yourself. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Instead of saying negative things about yourself, just improve it. So that's it. I could have done a better job of saying it. But I mean, that's what it is. Hopefully, you understand, because I believe that I'm a real person. So, the thing about it basically is that you do love yourself, and because you love yourself, you're going to be careful about being around people, places, and things that make you feel uncomfortable, that don't agree with your spirit, because you want to be in environments where you thrive and grow. And all of us have strengths and weaknesses. Some of us could do better at because we're going to have to deal with the majority, which may not be honest, and this, that, and the other. We have to do a little better at working together to communicate with those types of people, so that we can get the goal that we want, which is personal harmony when interacting with those people. And some of us may be latent perfectionists. We want to always do better, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I encourage. Know yourself, love yourself, be discerning, and grow. Get better. So anyways, love and peace.